In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the rear wheel speed ABS sensor on this Nissan Frontier. These are located on your rear axle and there's one behind each wheel. They are directional, so make sure you have the correct side. Let's get started. With the vehicle safely raised and supported, use a 21mm socket, remove all 6 lug nuts, and then pull the wheel off. You don't actually have to raise and support it or remove the wheel if you don't want to, but it will make things a little bit easier doing so. The vehicle may have different wheels based on the trim. If you have these center caps, keep in mind they come off once the lug nuts are off of here, so just make sure you catch it. And now remove the wheel. Looking on your rear axle, you can see where the ABS sensor goes in on the axle right here behind the caliper, and then goes up all the way to where it connects. Up here where it's plugged in, we have to unplug it, of course. Now the harness that unplugs is on the vehicle side, so we're gonna have to press on this little tab and pull this out. However, this a lot of times gets stuck from debris buildup. So what I will do is take a pocket screwdriver and just try to pry that tab in to get it unhooked. I'm going to try to use some pliers since the pocket screwdriver was not working. This should help me press a little bit more on this and wiggle it free. There we go. That was quite stuck. What really happens is right here, the lock gets stuck with sand. At this point, we can use a trim tool and pop that out, and then take it out of this retainer as well. While I'm here, I'm going to reconnect the new one, make sure that clicks, and re-secure it. And I'll re-secure it here as well. On top of the differential, you have it hooked in right here. Pop this out, and get the new one secured. Last retainer over here, pull this out, and stick the new one in. If it has a hard time going in, you can put a little bit of grease on here. There we go. Now where it bolts onto the axle, 2 12mm headed bolts hold it on. Let's remove both. My lower bolt broke. I'm gonna have to drill and tap that hole. The upper one, I'm going to spray with some rust penetrant and just very slowly work it back and forth. Hopefully this one doesn't break as well, but it is common for these to break. All right, looks like I got this one. I'm gonna switch to a ratcheting wrench. I don't wanna get my tool stuck in here. Okay, take that out. Now to take the sensor out, we'll have to do some prying and some wiggling. So I have some pliers gripping onto the center. I'm going to wiggle back and forth and pry out with a screwdriver, and there it is. Also, there's an O-ring right here. The new sensor comes with one, so make sure to remove that. We have to clean this area and get it nice and flat, free of debris. I'm going to use a scraper and just make sure that I don't get any debris inside that hole, of course, but I need to get all of this rust off of here so the new sensor can sit nice and flush. All right, I have everything cleaned up. The bolt that I broke is now drilled and tapped. It is a smaller size, but that's okay. To prevent further corrosion from building up here, you can put a little bit of grease on this surface, or you could also use some anti-seize, but I found that this works quite well. When you're looking at the new sensor, you'll see that the end is cut at an angle. You want the point to be facing towards the outside of the truck or on the wheel side. Slide it in. Make sure you press it on all the way, and we'll start our bolts in. With these started, let's snug them up. That's bottomed out. I'll give it about 1/8 of a turn after. That's plenty tight. And we'll tighten up this lower one as well. About 1/8 of a turn. Perfect. And that is installed. Install the wheel. If your vehicle had these center caps, install them now. And then thread on all 6 lug nuts. We're gonna bottom these out in a cross pattern, and then also in a cross pattern, torque them to 98 foot-pounds. 98 foot-pounds in a cross pattern. Here we go. Double check them all. Job is done. Take it for a road test.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.